my gosh. We're here! We're actually here! We're at Hinford on Bagley! I have been waiting to be able to come here for so long, and look how beautiful it is! The sun is rising over this beautiful river. There is some sort of gorgeous temple over here. Not to mention, oh, look, the stars are still setting over on that side of the world. That's amazing! And look at these waterfalls! Look! Look, 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 look! Look at these waterfalls, you guys! Oh my gosh, Fern, you're going to absolutely love this. I mean, how's Gene? Gene, where are you? Look at this! Look at this! He is outside singing with the birds. This really couldn't get more perfect, could it? I mean, clearly we are going to have the absolute best life here. Right, Fern? Oh, right. I forgot that you're still, extremely depressed and you just lost your job, ended up breaking up with your girlfriend, and got chased out of Evergreen Harbor by an angry mob. Right, so we're probably going to need to go ahead and back up a few days. Ever since she ran away from her first day of college, totally on accident, of course, Fern had spent her time as part of a small startup organization called the New Way Initiative and had dedicated herself to learning how to design eco-friendly solutions to help clean up Evergreen Harbor. And it had been a success! Not only were Fern and her friends in the New Way Initiative able to restore a healthy ecosystem to the harbor, but Fern also found she had a real talent for coming up with creative solutions on how to turn trash into treasure. Finally, something she was good at, and that she could do to help make the world a better place. All of those creative inventions ended up attracting a lot of attention, and thanks to their hard work to clean up the town, Fern's girlfriend and the founder of the New Way Initiative, Kelsey New Way, was finally able to partner their little startup with a big corporation. The extra funds meant they could invest even more in transforming trash into treasure and making the world a better place.
Arbin! Oh, Tobo.
But the partnership came with a lot of pressure too. Pressure that made Kelsey tense all the time and snap at everyone on the team as she frantically tried to keep up with all the deadlines everyone was under. One-way fights with her yelling at everyone else became daily events. Desperate to try to help Kelsey with her stress, and just maybe finally get some time with her girlfriend as girlfriends again instead of coworkers, Fern threw herself into doing everything she could to help. Fern and Greene set to work, working together to tackle the biggest project that the New Way Initiative had ever taken on, getting all of the neighborhood of Grimm's Quarry to vote on a huge set of bills that would, according to Kelsey and corporate, help transform the area into a true eco-paradise like never seen before. It wasn't easy and took weeks of hard work, but slowly and surely, Fern and Gene won over the nervous neighborhood. They took meals to sick families, helped to clean up the streets, and spent night after night swapping stories and singing around campfires at the neighborhood block parties. Although the tight-knit neighborhood was still nervous, they decided to trust Fern and Gene and vote on passing the bill that Kelsey really wanted. And it turns out that by passing the bill, the neighbors had legalized getting kicked out of their own homes to make way for their houses to be torn down and replaced with new, eco-friendly housing that was way, way, way outside of their budgets. Sure, they got compensation, but they had never dreamed that they were voting to have their own houses torn down. They felt utterly betrayed by Fern and Gene, and Fern, in turn, was completely stunned by what she had done. What was worse was that Kelsey saw this as a good thing, progress, and couldn't understand why Fern and everyone else was so upset. In fact, she was eager to jump onto the next project and next deadline that had just arrived. No time to waste. Fern was sick with the realization that she had helped destroy a tight-knit community and rob people of the homes they loved, all because she had been so blindly desperate to believe in anything Kelsey told her. And all because she had been so lonely and so hopeful that maybe this time, after this project, Kelsey would finally have time for her. In the end, it was Gene who came to the rescue. Using the $1 million he had won thanks to his lucky lottery ticket, he bought back all of the houses that the neighbors of Grimm's Quarry had been kicked out of and restored them to the community. Then he bought 2 one-way tickets to the first train leaving Evergreen Harbor and offered Fern a choice. Did she want to leave with him? And after searching through the shards of her broken heart, Fern realized she did. And there you have it, friends. The abbreviated version of all of the drama that has recently happened in our little Fern Greene's life. As the Generation 3 heiress to the Greene family legacy, Fern has always had a lot riding on her shoulders, but her story has definitely taken a turn for the worse. So, if you guys really want to go into the depths and details of exactly what that was all about and what that story was all about, I actually wrote a 12,000 word short document in my attempts to abbreviate everything that has actually been going on between Fern and Kelsey and the rest of the New Way crew. You guys can find a link to it down in the video description. I shared it with the patrons and they were really tugged at the heartstrings for what Fern has been through. But the basic gist of it is, Kelsey decided to put work at the corporation before love, friendship, and even standing up for the community that she had spent the past year trying to build up. She was so dazzled with wanting to really rise the ranks in a mega corporation and have access to even more money and fame that she lost the very principles that, Fern fell in love with her for in the first place. And, well, she kind of also lost a couple friends. Fern is pretty despondent. She actually now despises Kelsey. She also ended up losing her job. A hot mess? What? Who's Liam? Why is he sweaty and miserable? I guess he dislikes fitness? Liam, dude, I don't know who you are, but we're just gonna go ahead. Sure, you don't like fitness. I don't know who Liam is, and I don't know what his problem with being sweaty is, but he needs to go ahead and leave us alone because Fern is currently here in a little cottage at the very, very, very edges of Hinford on Bagley, where we're actually trying to go ahead and sort of escape from the world for a little bit. Especially since, we had that terrible, terrible event with Kelsey, and that just did not go down well. It was really devastating, even though Gene was actually able to step in and save the day. Good job, Gene! He also now despises Kelsey. He just can't believe that she sold out that community. The people that, Gene actually was really proud about going to and helping with. He sang to their children, he walked their dogs, he took out their trash and then dug through it to see if they left anything behind. And he just stands by a strong moral code. So what happened was Gene actually spent all of his money. Yes, all of it. All of the $1 million that he got from that once-in-a-lifetime lottery ticket on giving back to the community that he accidentally had broken apart. And then he spent the very, very last of his funds on a couple of train tickets to the very first place that he could find on the postcards that were pinned up in the train station. And that was Hinford on Bagley. He had just enough money left over from his investments to go ahead and buy a small cottage, and that's about as far as his plans have taken him. He thought maybe this would be a good place to go ahead and try to start something new, maybe live a new life. He doesn't know if he wants to stay here long term, but honestly, he bought the cottage more for Fern than anything else. He saw how hard she worked. He was there the day that she arrived, lost and confused from the train station, totally missing her first day of college, and he's seen how hard she has worked and dedicated herself to learn how to turn trash into treasure, to advance all of the different eco-technologies that she works so hard on. And honestly, Gene's the kind of guy who money is just like water in his hands in a good way. He doesn't need much. He has a tent. He took his tent with him, and he's just going to go ahead and pitch it up in the yard to go ahead and sleep in so that Fern can go ahead and have the bed. In fact, we'll go ahead and put it up like right now. And he figures as long as he has his tent and his guitar and he can just rummage for food out of the trash, well, he's got the good life. And that's all he needs. Plus, he knows that he did the right thing by giving away his $1 million to not only the families that had really trusted him, but also to this little cottage where he hopes that his friend will be able to go ahead and grow a whole new life, especially because Fern did not want to return home to her family to report to Pine and Devon, her parents, yet another personal failure, especially not since she still owes them 20,000 simoleons for, having gone ahead and skipped out on that whole year of college without telling them at that very, very expensive university. And yeah, she just didn't want to go to them with another failure. And so she finds herself here and just barely waking up and getting ready to start looking around and maybe starting a new life in a new place. So here we are, you guys. I am so freaking excited about this, even if it is a very hard time for Fern. I do feel badly for her. She is lost yet again, but hopefully she will find herself somewhere in these beautiful, beautiful hills. Look at all of this. This is so cool. Look at this beautiful temple. I am so... Oh, there's a plant. There's a plant. What could we collect over here? Fern! Fern, we need the headline effects. On again! We need them on again! Wild choco berry! This fruit tastes just like chocolate. Wow, finally, a healthy alternative to chocolate. Oh my gosh. Okay, so we're gonna gather wild choco berries. There's like some sort of mysterious little mossy bunny hole. Mushrooms! There's some decorative mushrooms everywhere. I highly approve of that. I'm sure that Fern's going to be able to rise up out of her sadness and start being able to explore this amazing world in no time. But of course, as usual, because it's me, we do have some challenges that we are going to use to start off this era of the Generation 3 saga of the Greene Family Legacy. So as you guys can see, Fern is very, very sad about this. Let me go ahead and get my handy dandy piece of paper with all of the challenges we're going to go ahead and start without. But Fern is very, very sad, even though we're here at this very adorable cottage, because they just arrived last night. They rode up on their little bikes, her daisy wheels, and I don't think that we've actually named, like, Jean's bike yet, but let's go ahead and we're going to rename it Elvis. Just because, he loves playing the guitar, and he hopes one day to be able to make some good music. Alright, so we're going to go ahead, and... we actually have the very sad moodlet, and it's going to stay and keep Fern pretty depressed until she's able to befriend 3 new animals. Like, I spy what I think is a little fox! You guys, it's a little wild fox! These foxes are even more wild than the foxes that you run across when you actually go ahead and create a fox and create a pet, so that's going to be really fun to see. But Fern has the country caretaker! Brand new aspiration now. It was really humbling and really saddening, actually, to change her master maker aspiration. She was so close to completing it, but she lost her job with the New Way Initiative and working for that corporation. They actually took away her electronic tablet, and they were going to take away her Ecomatic smog machine, but it turns out it's like synced to her like fingerprints or something, because you actually cannot remove the smog vacuum from a Sims inventory, which I didn't know about. But they were going to take it away too, but it is actually bound to her. They did not take away her ray, the recycle, because it was actually made based on plans that her father Pine Greene had started to put together back when he tried to work as a scientist. So they weren't able to take that from her, but they basically took everything else. Her job, her pride, all the schematics, everything that she had created until now. All she had left was just basically the plants in her pockets, her journal, a few feathers, the knitting basket that the ghost of Great Aunt Allison gave her last time she went to visit, and her very battered little computer. So she doesn't really have a lot, like, to what she's got with her life thus far. Here, we'll put a little candle out. And let's go ahead and we're going to extinguish it just so that we don't run out of candle. Oh, Studious Sage, quality exceptional. That's right, she was going to give that to her sister. But maybe we'll go ahead and maybe burn it for ourselves just because, she's going through a lot right now. And I really feel for Fern. But yeah, she no longer has a job. She no longer has any of the schematics she used to make. She no longer has the access to the rising fame that she almost was starting to develop. Her reputation was going to be completely destroyed until Jean went and bought all of the houses back, but it's not nearly what it could have been. And she's really devastated about the fact that, She and Kelsey, she thought she found love and acceptance and a place where her skills could finally be put to use to make the world a better place, and that's just not the case. But I'm hoping while we spend our time here at this adorable little cottage I found on the gallery, it is so cute. I changed a few things about it. This is called the Coach House. It's absolutely precious. I spent a couple hours kind of reorganizing it and trying to make it super simple so that Jean and Fern, since they have no money left after this trip, they literally are completely broke, but they're going to have to just use their skills, their ingenuity, and whatever plants they had left over in their pockets to go ahead and try to make a new life here. But the coach house is extremely cute and will hopefully be the perfect place for the country caretaker aspiration, where the first challenge is going to be purchasing one cow, a chicken, or a llama on the home lot, and then socializing with a fox, rabbit, or bird 5 times. We need a large vegetable plot, which we have right over here. Very excited about that. And then we need to visit Fenwick, Old New Hinford, the Brambleberry neighborhoods in Hinford on Bagley. And we actually live in Brambleberry Woods right now, which is just the perfect place to go ahead and put our little fern, if you ask me. I love the little coach house because it's got a place for chickens. We can go ahead and put chickens in here when we can actually afford to purchase them, you guys. Oh my gosh. I am ridiculously excited about that. Trust me, I love the chickens. There's some cute little seats. These are tiny little like seats. Oh, she could sit and knit. She could knit things on a mushroom. That sounds so freaking precious. Let's see. Oh my gosh, there's a fox to go ahead and visit with. Oh, what? There's a bunny! There's a wild bunny! You guys, this is not a drill. There is indeed a wild bun on the lot. I am going to faint. This is amazing. I think when Fern sees these animals, she'll start feeling better. And that's actually one of our challenges. Fern will keep her depressed moodlet until we are actually able to go ahead and have her befriend 3 new animals. And after she does that, I think she's going to finally start realizing that there might still be an opportunity to find happiness out in the world, and she'll start picking herself up and trying to put together the pieces of her life. And she's also going to have the challenge of keeping this embarrassed moodlet, because until she raises that $20,000 to donate to scholarships and pay back to her parents, she is really embarrassed about the fact that, you know, she lied about going to college, wasted $20,000 of her first year of college that her parents really could have put towards so many other things. And they told her to pay them back. She needed to raise that much money so that they can start a scholarship to give away to students who do want to go and try to make the most of their life at university. So she's already starting off with an embarrassed moodlet, with a depressed moodlet. It's going to be a little bit tough for our girl Fern, but these kinds of challenges just allow you opportunities to grow. And meanwhile, she's not the only sad one. He's doing a good job holding it in right now, but actually, Jean is also sad. Not very sad, not depressed like Fern is, but he's sad because he had his trust betrayed and he hurt people, and that's not something that Jean ever wanted to do. So he is going to continue being sad and keep that moodlet until he befriends 3 new people who live here in Hinford on Bagley. So he wants to really go out, be a friend of the world, go visit with people, go try to form new connections, and just see if he might go ahead and land in this town for a little while before he sees where life takes him next. Ever since he left his very abusive and violent family in Strangerville, he's never really hesitated to try to go where he feels things are better and things are right. He's not afraid to try to rewrite his life. He's not afraid to just set out on an adventure and trust that things will work out. You know, that's how he feels every time he dives into a dumpster, after all. And then finally, there are these really cool new challenges that actually come with the lots whenever you have a lot. I'm so loving this. So we did this customized for like years before this was actually added into the game, guys. So I am so freaking tickled because I feel like they used our idea. But now there are lot challenges that you can give lots as well as lot traits. So now lot traits are positive things for the most part, or just things like private dwelling we have turned on so that this home lot deters most determined visitors from coming. Because I figured right now we're kind of in a secret cottage challenge stage where nobody really knows we moved in because we haven't introduced ourselves and we're kind of trying to keep to ourselves and kind of emotionally recover what we've been through. But we do have some challenges, yes! And with those challenges also comes my dream of being able to break the challenges. So we're going to be keeping the new lot traits, simple living. This lot requires ingredients to cook all recipes. Cooking with ingredients just makes food taste better. And we're also going to be keeping wild foxes. Wild foxes will appear on this lot, being a nuisance to your garden, chickens, and rabbits. Those are always going to stay because they're amazing. But we rolled dice and we rolled for 3 very difficult challenges to start us off, and we're actually going to have cursed. Lots of things seem to go wrong here, and we're going to keep that until Fern is able to lose her very sad trait, because she's just going to see kind of the more negative things in the world when she's in that mindset. So once she befriends 3 new animals, she'll be able to go ahead and remove the cursed trait from the lot. Then we also have the filthy trait, which we're actually going to have until Gene manages to get a dust bunny. Gene is exceptionally filthy and he loves filthy surroundings, so there's a chance this house is just always going to be dusty and dirty. But we'll have to see. Once he gets a dust bunny, then we can go ahead and we can stop all that. Because I think Gene, he loves the real bunnies that are bouncing around and the birds flying around him while he sings. But I want to get this boy a dust bunny. I've wanted that since the moment that the dust bunnies were added into the game. And then finally we have a challenge of a grody, and that is actually going to stay there, causing a nauseous nastiness when Sims eat, drink, or use the bathroom, until we go ahead and upgrade all of the bathrooms and the sinks to being eco-friendly. Because come on, we didn't spend a whole year like working for an eco-friendly company just to go ahead and not turn around and make our tiny little adorable cottage into an eco-friendly place to be. But alright guys, so those are our challenges. This is the adorable new lot that we're at. That is the drama that has actually gone down and started for like what Gene and Fern are going through, and we're gonna go ahead and just see what they think of life from here. So we covered a whole bunch of stuff. I think I'll go ahead and let us do one last thing before we go for now, and then I immediately get to work on the next name wild rabbit. Oh my gosh, look, we can come over and try to pet the wild rabbit. Let's have Gene rush over and then we'll say that he called Fern down. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. Please let her cuddle the bunny. Please let her cuddle the bunny. Yeah, Gene is gonna go. Oh, Island event is happening. Well, we're a very far away from Sulani right now. Fern, come on. Look, she already, even though she's really sad, she can't help but perk up a little bit because there's a little bunny! Oh my gosh, what is going on? The bunny's screaming at us! He's got his fisticuffs up. He scream! He scream! He fight! Oh boy. Okay, well, that did not end how I thought it was going to end. Well, can we go ahead and maybe like, can we maybe give him a little gift? We do have flowers. We have some produce. Do we have, oh, here. I'm sure the bunny would really love a strawberry. Okay, all right. Ooh, what's this? Oh my gosh, and now Gene is, people want him to promote TV dinner. Unfortunately, we no longer have like a setup, and I think Gene would turn down all of those things right now because, you know, he doesn't have a computer. He doesn't have a way to produce any videos, and he also is kind of hiding in the middle of the wilderness. So none of that. And let's try again. Come on. What do you think of a little strawberry? It liked him! It liked it! And we can go ahead. Oh, and there we go, guys. Now we're talking about some fluff. I think we have a future with this rabbit after all. But alright, I have held you guys up long enough just going ahead and trying to talk through everything. Look at all of this. This is so cute. Let's tell a joke about rabbit holes and talk more about fluff some more. Oh my goodness. But I hope that the time skip didn't surprise too many of you guys too much. I almost never do things like that, but I promise you that's where the story was going. And normally I don't really try to create stories. for our Sims legacies, I let them naturally unfold, but I promise you guys that's where it was headed. And now we're going to begin this brand new adventure. So if you guys could, we'll discuss the dangers of dust bunnies. That sounds so cute. Do please leave a like for this new chapter of Fern's adventures. And if you would like to join us on this and literally thousands more, do please consider subscribing. But most importantly, stay curious. And I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.